Hey guys, recently I decided to pick up an on-camera monitor and decided after doing some research on the Feelworld F6 Plus 4K on-camera monitor because you can add LUTs into this monitor. So I got it in and tried it on a music shoot and I'm returning it. I'm going to tell you why. But first, let me show you everything that's included in the box. This is everything that comes in the box of the Feelworld F6 Plus 4K on-camera monitor. First off, you have the monitor itself, a user's manual, touchscreen operation guide, a thank you card, and you also get a mini HDMI to full-size HDMI to plug into the monitor. You can use that with Sony cameras. You get a sunshade and the bracket to mount to your camera. Now, I have a GH5, so I was actually unable to use the cable that was included, so I ended up having to go onto Amazon and purchasing a full HDMI to full HDMI cable. The good thing about this monitor is that it uses Sony NPF type batteries, which are available and pretty cheap just about everywhere. One good thing about the F6 Plus is that it comes with dual pins for the batteries, so we can use Sony NPF type batteries or Canon's LPE6 type batteries. One of the good things about this monitor are the amount of 1/4" threads. There's one on the bottom, there's one on the right side, and there's one on the top. On the left side, you have your HDMI in and out. And on the bottom, you've also got an SD card input and a DC in, so you can power it from an external source. Okay, I'm going to get this mounted onto my camera and show you what it looks like. Okay, so now as to reasons why I am returning it. It's not bright enough. It's not nearly bright enough for using in sunlight. So if you're going to use this in a studio, that's great. But I attached the sunshade to it, and the sunshade literally just attaches by Velcro to the top. And even with this sunshade, it wasn't bright enough. I could barely see anything that was on the screen when I was shooting the video during the day. That's not acceptable for me, so this has to go back. Also, the quality is, while the monitor is actually really good, the quality is a little so-so. Like this sunshade, I even just now pulling it off, I can see the Velcro coming off. And I've only had this thing one day. I've used it once and it's already kind of falling apart there a little bit. The monitor itself, fantastic, and I have no complaints about it other than it's not bright enough. It has a histogram, it has, it's touch screen, and overall, if you're going to use this inside, this is fantastic. But for any outdoor use, it's a no-go. I'd say return it. Right now, I have the monitor at its brightest setting, and you can probably see it just a little bit, but it's just not bright enough. It says it's 500 nits, and I think the minimum is definitely 1,000. So I'm going to be looking for a much brighter monitor to replace this one. Sadly, this one has to go back. So right now I'm out in the shade, and as you can see, I have the monitor turned all the way to the brightest setting, and it's still a little bit dark. And that's with using the sunshade on here as well. Plus, I found with the reflective nature of the screen that I could barely see what was going on because the monitor just wasn't bright enough. Now, one of the great things about this is the touchscreen. When you double tap, you can get into the settings and turn all sorts of things on: focus, peaking, zebra, your LUTs on and off, false color, all sorts of things like that. And you know, it becomes very handy that way. But overall, it's just not bright enough, and it's going back to Amazon. If you found this information useful, please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't, well, please give me a thumbs down twice. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing so you can check out more of my videos as I post them, that would be appreciated. Hope everybody's doing well out there. See you next time. Bye.